This video is a masquerade. I won't just simply sit here and explain to you intricately why peak fiction is peak fiction is peak fiction. That doesn't even make any sense. This season contains my favorite and probably what I consider the best arc in all of anime. So to show you why I feel this way, let's get into the Return to Shigashina arc. For starters, the first episode is amazing. Like all first episodes in the show, mixing the leftover suspense and build-up from last season into the tense atmosphere created when the scouts are just parading around the walls, anticipating an attack from Reiner, Bertold, and the Beast Titan. All this creates just a straight-up eerie feeling that drives you through this point in the show, because at this point in the story, minutes can go by without meaningful dialogue, and because of the events in the story so far, already have a baseline expectation of shit that's gonna go down, and that's the best feeling any show can possibly achieve. When a show creates a simple feeling around a certain scene in a story, it's because they've done the legwork and done the build-up to get to a certain climax that you expect at that point in the story. The show has already built its way to a natural conclusion that the reader or the watcher or the viewer or the analyzer in this sense already expects at this point in the journey. At this point, we're just waiting on the story to deliver on it, and that is exactly what happens after Armin somewhat puts together where our enemies could be hiding, their locations are revealed, and then...
The blade to the neck of the master still won't die! Keep your eyes open! We still need to find his allies!
Genius writing at its finest. In a series that has our characters escape death, counter betrayals, and solve mysteries along the way, they are now put in a now or never situation that finds themselves trapped in a lose-lose situation, perfect for a euphoric segment of brutal greatness. With the Beast Titan inching ever so closer and the Titanic giants dueling it out inside the walls, the level of desperation reaches us as the audience sets things up for a dramatic twist. Erwin is a character who, up until this point, has been vaguely established as someone who is marching forward towards unveiling the truths of this world, and he is a man who's been established as relatively selfish, headstrong, cunning, and very driven. In his relatively short screen time, at least compared to the rest of the important characters at this point in the story, Attack on Titan has already established him as arguably the most independent character of the story. Look, I want you to look at Attack on Titan kind of like a science project with independent variables and dependent variables. If y'all don't know what that means, the independent variable basically moves on its own, the dependent variable depends on the independent variable. Or we could break this into proactive characters and reactionary characters for you film nerds. We can look at Mikasa as reactionary. She kind of goes where Eren goes, and that's all that's really to her character at this point in the story. Levi is also relatively reactionary, as he's more of the soldier who's faithful to Erwin and the scouts. And then we get to a character like Hanji, who's relatively mildly proactive. Her desire for knowledge and progress of science propels her forward, but still moves as far as the story and as far as the scouts go. Eren himself is a mixed bag, as his initial importance to the story was kind of spurred by his father's actions, and everything up until then was basically just a product of learning why his father did that, where his family was, and also built on his desire to kill Titans, which also kind of thrusts the story, giving him the more independent side. But then we get to Erwin, the commander of the main faction that we follow throughout the show in the Scouts, the staunch opposition to the wishes of the government and the pre-established people's expectations of the Scouts, and the man who put Levi, Eren, Armin, and everyone involved in the story in their place to have the impact that they have. And I don't just simply mean, ooh, he made everyone's roles, so, technically he's their boss, so he's the most active character. No, I don't mean on that superficial level. I mean trusting Levi's actions and abilities to carry out the wishes of the scouts with an iron fist. I mean believing in developing Armin's philosophies and tactics to use during a literal war in this case. And I also mean trusting Erwin without a shadow of a doubt, despite the various Titan shifters who have turned and betrayed on the scouts on the story, for him to be the strength for the future of humanity that he can lean on. So for the man who put all those aspects in place to sit here now and give a speech to hundreds of men that they are about to march proudly to their deaths as a decoy for his strongest soldier to simply have a chance of an opening, that's a formula for a fucking badass scene and dangerous plot if I've ever seen one. This segment alone would be the defining moment of just about 80% of all anime that I've ever seen. But for this peak arc, we still have much more to do. After what was unanimously the action scene of the year from Levi versus the Beast Titan, we then transition to Erwin and Armin's fight against the Colossal Titan, in which Armin is heavily bruised and burned in the process. Now with the battle done and casualties taken, it's revealed that Erwin, although on the brink of death, is still alive. And now we sit with the opportunity and the chance of a lifetime. A chance to become all-powerful for either one, the man who progressed the story to its current point in Erwin, or the kid whose tactics emerged as a trustworthy partner with literal titanic power at hand. Giving your audience the opportunity to disagree with your character's decisions on screen subjectively through creating connections with characters in the plot is something that not a lot of series are able to do. But Attack on Titan is the one that managed to create real reasons for why each participant should remain part of the story, both practically and emotionally. The decision is definitely a muddy one, and there's no clear-cut answer for any of the participants involved, nor the viewer. But despite his reservation, Levi, the most trustworthy individual in the story, decides who to resurrect. And it's a decision that will continue to reverberate through the story until this very day. The next thing that happens in the story is the payoff for all the dedication and attention paid throughout the series, the perfect time to open up the mystery box that was closed and promised so long ago, the reveal of the basement. By displaying the basement, this series rewards us with the answers and the final secret to one of its founding mysteries, but it also sets things up with a natural continuation. As with the unveiling of new information, once again, new questions are asked. And even after some clues and more revelations of Grisha's past and life before Erwin and the Scouts even existed, the driving force that now propels this masterpiece forward is: what the fuck is beyond the ocean? Just beyond the outstretched hands of our protagonists, and what does this series still have to give to us now? If you like this video, you will definitely like what I have in a couple of weeks, because with the unveiling of Chainsaw Man Part 2 coming out July 10th, I and a bunch of other YouTubers are putting together something that is only seen once a year, twice a year on YouTube. We're making a series called One Unchaining Moment, in which a caveat of manga and anime YouTubers will make videos about their favorite part of Chainsaw Man Part 1 in preparation for not only Part 2 of the manga, but also to get us hype and just to share experiences on how we feel about the series, as it's something that a lot of us really love and really want to talk about. So I hope that you guys stay in tune for that, because a lot of your favorite creators I am in contact with, and we will be making those videos in the future. I've been working on this behind the scenes, planning it out for a minute, and I hope that it all turns out well. I won't reveal some of the names now, but they're big. And yeah, I hope that you guys, if you like my content, you'll definitely like some of those videos. A lot of those videos, I'll definitely make a playlist and put it in the description of my videos when that series comes out. You'll know, because I will be the first video in the series will go up on this channel for sure. I appreciate y'all for supporting. We've seen a lot of growth on the channel recently. I know that I stopped doing these thank yous at the end, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys know that I'm ordering some manga. So this bookshelf is going to be filled out with like more manga, more posters maybe. I won't get to the point to where like it's customized based on like what I'm talking about in the video. I'm not that rich. I'm broke. But that's all about our journey to monetization. We're about halfway there in both watch time and subs. So let's get both of those up. I want to see more engagement, of course. I love talking to you guys. That Young Justice video and the stream that I did got a lot of feedback for me, and it's always great to get to talk to you guys, and I really appreciate all that you guys have done for me and with me over the past year. Now it's been past a year. I didn't really acknowledge it, but yeah, and I'm gonna start remaking a few videos from the start of this journey, as there's still some topics I want to delve deeper into and I feel like I can remake better. But be on the lookout, and tune in for future videos like that. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.